Hi guys, I hope you're good since last video. Thank you for last year and Happy New Year. December has been crazy in the AI sphere and we can see huge competition between closed source model and open source models. I see a lot of titles on YouTube stating that it is the end of devs. Depends on how you see it. Now there's a bunch of people who feared coding in the past and who will now start coding because of AI. So it will support them. Therefore, there will be more coders actually entering the market. So in which side you see yourself? I believe that you should start your own YouTube channel this year and share what you like to do. It is a good way to stay motivated and keep strong on your learning objectives for this year. Okay. I'm going to introduce you to the easiest and best way to get applications made just prompting from your terminal without any fancy stuff around. The prerequisites are a Linux Ubuntu terminal and the Google Gemini API key. So you will need to register to the Google API endpoint and get the API key, which I'm not going to cover in this video, to focus more on the terminal tool that I'm going to present you. I'm using this time WSL2, Ubuntu Linux on the Windows subsystem. An easy way to get Linux running on Windows when you don't want to enter into complicated VM setup or Docker. Please like and subscribe, and let's get started. Environment variables. So you're going to create a file. You're going to put the Gemini model and the Gemini API key. This is a best practice. After that, we are going to install the tool. But before that, I'm going to create a virtual environment. I just need to find where is my Python 3.12. Here, I use this and I create a virtual environment. So just encapsulate everything in the virtual environment, especially that you're using here a terminal tool. So you get all your packages in the same place. So you create a special folder for that. You activate the virtual environment. This is activated. We're going to make a cooking application. We're going to attempt to make a cooking application. I'm making a directory now. And I'm moving the environment variable file into the directory. So miam is our application name. And now we're going to install. Just check the version. It's the right version in the virtual environment. And we install AIDER chat. So that's the tool that we are going to use. It's called AIDER. So you can pause the video anytime you want to see in details the comments. I'm just going to pass through this a bit quick. So we're almost done with the installation. So we get the environment variables in a file, especially the API key. And after we just create the virtual environment and we do the installation. So we have all encapsulated. Now we start AIDER -- model, and we're gonna work with Google. Is the Google here. Gemini / Gemini -2.0 /flash / experimental. So this model is amazing. After here, it's going to be prompting you to create a Git repo. So it's going to be committing all the changes. So you say yes, and you say yes for the version also. I just say yes to everything at the beginning to have default. So sometimes you're going to see this sentence written. It's not an issue. You just keep going. After that, I suggest you to create a prompt file. I'm just going to fast forward this part. You can pause the video if you want to see the details of my prompt. My prompt is basically asking to use the Gemini model in order to make a cooking application. The user story here is that the user is coming back home, just opening the fridge and providing those ingredients that are left in the fridge and want to make something to eat very quick. And that's what the application is going to do. I'm asking it to use a Flask to have JavaScript, vanilla, CSS for the front end, Jinja for the front end also as a templating language, Python to use a SQL light database. And I'm also asking, just giving some more details into the instructions, the user journey, and the nice to have. There will be some extras. So I'm just going to be putting here a very extended prompt to make the application. The AI coder might not be able to do everything at once. Need to iterate through. Need to remind that AI coder that there were something in the prompt that is not done yet, and the AI coder will be able to go back to that prompt and realize that it hasn't been done and keep going. I'm asking also to use the streaming mode, and I'm telling you how the UI layout should be, and asking also for a user registration page. So there will be login, logout done. So a minimal MVP, minimal application, with also header and footer. In the footer, 2025 Creditizens, Yum, and the application is called Yum. So we're going to see different ways of doing that. We're going to go through a little bit the documentation through the terminal of the different options that you can have using AIDER. And we're going to make the application evolve until we get MVP, a minimal application that we can have with that. So you will see how interesting it is. Now I'm at the end of the instructions. We can start. So how do you start? You start in this way. AIDER, model, you tell the model. That's Gemini. Okay. So from here, we're gonna see, I'm just gonna show here let me just show you here that I'm using Ubuntu on WSL. Okay, so you can set this up. You just go online, it's very quick to set up, very easy to set up now. I'm just going to activate the virtual environment to have access to AIDER documentation. And we're just going to go through it very quickly. So AIDER --help, and we can see the different options that we have. For example, using a file here, we can see the different ways to get that file. This is for the environment variables. That's for the M file, for example. So specify the .m file. This is a good practice to use a .m file. Yes, always. I'm not going to use this option, but it can be very handy to have it done very quick, but I will be going through the different steps. So you will be able to see me validating, saying yes every time. So there is the read, there is the apply here, applies the changes from the given file instead of running the chat. So you can specify which file in your directory you want to change. There are some plenty of options. There are also some options to inside the file add prompts. So to prompt using comments, so to target specific parts of your code to get the AI assistant make those changes which are going to be committed. So it's using Git under the hood. You can see here Git settings, output settings, history file settings, repo, cache, the model settings. And here we get the API keys. And here we get the models which are here already added as a default, but I showed you how you can add custom models like the Gemini one when you're starting. Here I'm just going to grab on the file one just to target that, and we get all the different options regarding files. Okay, and files, load a file, read. You can use also this one, file, to specify the file to edit. Can be multiple times. Okay, so it's good to go through the help documentation. So different ways to get AIDER know about that prompt file. Here I'm just going to be using this technique here to add the instruction, and it's going to say, okay, I understand the rules. I'm ready for you to share files and instructions. You can use the add slash, and after instructions underscore doc. Here we got the validation. So the one before, I'm not sure. This one add works because it says, okay, I've added instructions doc md to my context and will follow the rules in that file. So here we just go step by step slowly, so you can just see the first interactions, how to play with files, and here read that file and start working according to what is written in that file. Understand. I'm ready for you to provide the files and instructions. I will follow the rules in instructions underscore doc.md. I say start. Okay, I have read the instructions. I'm ready to receive files and instructions and will follow the rules specified in that document. So just saying start doesn't work. It's just going to be repeating the same again. Header, file, instructions, doc, md. So we've seen this option. It says, okay, I've reread the instruction. I'm ready to receive files and instruction and so on. Read also, the option that we've seen in the documentation. Okay, I have read the instructions. So here we've seen different ways that you can interact with AIDER just to target a specific file. Here the file I'm targeting is prompt file, custom prompt file. So I'm asking here, what is the content of the file? But here you see when I do that, I'm getting the prompt which is behind the header. Just this is the prompt that is going to be added to the context. So you have your own prompt, but there will be also all this text. So you see here it's just saying to how to do step by step from 1 to 8. How to do those git commits if you want to put the code in a file, and so on. Or what you can do it this way also. You can just get the content of your prompt directly into the terminal. So here I'm just going to copy everything that I've wrote before. And I'm going to give it to AIDER. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put it between quotes, between curly braces. So when you use curly braces, this is a way to do multiple line comments. One curly brace, I paste, and another to close. And now it's going to start working straight away. So you can see how quick it is to generate the code. Create new file, requirement.txt. So I've asked also to get that requirement.txt created. app.py. So we get the commit done for those files. Run the shell command, so start the application. Okay, clear. Just gonna check the files. So it didn't start the application. But let's see what it has created. That's the requirement.txt. That's good. Python.env, Google Generative AI, and SQL Alchemy for SQLite and Flask. So we got the minimal requirements. App.py, we got the imports here done for the templates. We got the one for the Gen AI for Google and all the databases ones. We create the Flask app, we get the environment variables, secret key. So it's not going to use here secret key, it's going to use Gemini API key, which is the right one. Secret key, this is for the applications like in Django. And here we get the model also. So the model here, it has just, it's hard-coded, but I have set an environment variable for it. And after here, we get the user class created. This is for the database. The ID, the email, the password. And we get another one here for the requests. So interacting with the LLM. We're going to get all those prompts saved into the database. The session is created. And those are the prompts which are sent to Gemini. You are a recipe generator. The user will provide a list of ingredients. You will generate a recipe using only those ingredients and so on. And an image generator. So I'm trying this, not sure it works. You're an image generator. The user will provide a recipe and so on. After here, there is a regex to validate the email. And we get the index root, hashing the password, opening the session database, committing the user, register the user. That's the login. It looks good. And that's the route to use the application. Return redirect to login page if user is not logged in. And we get the login.html. So here it says that we have some templates. Okay, because I haven't seen the template done, but let's see. So here we're committing the changes and we're prompting the LLM. Okay, the prompt, recipe prompt. That's good. And when we get that recipe prompt, we're going to use the stream response. So it has followed my prompt. That's good. That's what I wanted. And after, from that answer from that recipe created. We're gonna ask to generate an image out of it, which is this one here. I don't know if Gemini Flash is doing images, creating ones, but I'm trying. We will see. And here we get the home HTML with the context rendered. So in templates there is nothing, so there's no templates, so won't be able to launch the application. You can use here undo, so it says you can use -undo to undo and discard each AIDER commits. That's what is good with using those commits. You get different versions and you can go back. And here that's how we're going to interact with AIDER. AIDER, we put between quotes what we want to do. Here I'm going to prompt create the missing, let's do it like that. Just say, please continue. That's it. We gave you a prompt. It's very long. We know you're not going to do everything. But now continue. You're aware of what you did. Create a new file. So now you see it's creating the templates. And it's giving us here how to start the application, the command. Run shell command, yes or no? Yes, run it. Just put a Y. And here we got an error. It's not working. Why? Because it has created the requirement.txt, but we haven't seen it actually installing all those packages. So here we're going to interact with it. AIDER run the requirements. Just install those requirements. Install the requirements.txt. I give you permission, and also run the server after. I give you permission. So I talk a bit like a robot, but this is a good way to make it so that it understands what I want. So I don't want to be prompting 1,000 times. So here we got it done. It's making those installations. We're getting SQLite, we're getting Flask, and the Gemini SDK being installed. Okay, we give it permission. The server is running. Let's open. Yes, we get a login page. Doesn't look great, but let's see if it works. Creditizens. Login doesn't work for sure, because it's asking for an email. But not only that, I need to register first. So that's why I'm testing the login to see if it is fake or not. That's good. So now we can go to the registering page. Creditizens at metaverse at Gmail. Let's put metaverse. Just put fake emails. Creditizens at. Did I put Gmail first, or? I think I have registered with a Gmail account. No. Yes. It's not gonna work. Let's go back and register with Metaverse. That's the one I always use. Creditizens at metaverse.com. So here we can see that for the login, the password needs to be stronger. Here I'm using just a simple password, so this can be something that you need to tell to the assistant. So now we are in welcome page. And this is the form to enter the different ingredients that we have. So I'm just going to put random ingredients and after just see how it goes. So I just arrived home, opened my fridge. There is tomato, carrots, potato and pasta di mamma inside my fridge. I just add random ingredients like that, eggs and cornflakes. Let's get the recipe. Let's see if it works. You see here. Yes, it's been quick. It's not fast forwarded, so that's good. We get the recipe here. And here we just get an image prompt. We don't get the image itself. So that's the first iteration. I know you want to like and subscribe, so that's the moment for you. Let's do the second iteration now. I've stopped the server. Now let's say AIDER. So AIDER in French means help. It's the verb help. So I believe this is made by a French team. Okay, so here we got what we've done before. And now let's talk with AIDER. Check the instructions again, as it works fine. But there are some missing parts. Let's make the web UI look a bit look better because it looks very poor. It looks like my own web UI when I'm doing my backend coding. Like header, footer, animations, static files like JavaScript and CSS and so on. So I'm just asking to enhance this web UI. Here I'm just talking with it, but I believe that I could just have said, please continue, because my prompt was pretty long and it's just doing it bit by bit. So also Gemini should be able to return an image instead of the prompt of an image. So here I'm asking for an image, but I'm not sure that this model is able to make images. Let's see how it's going to be going with that. So here we get the CSS, so it's going to look a little bit better. Okay, it's updating those templates. That's good. You might get our header and footer. Create new file, CSS static, the JavaScript also, the base HTML. This is the Jinja template, just to have extended those templates to the base HTML. Run the shell command. We run it and let's go and see how is this second iteration. Looks better. Okay, it's not following the rules here because I said 2025 Creditizens miam miam. It's just say 2024. This is last year. And but we are in December 2024 while I'm doing this video still. So we are already logged in. So that's why I see this welcome page. I'm just gonna add again some different ingredients. So we arrive home. We just put those ingredients in. So I believe that those forms are just going to disappear in the future in the internet because of AI. I believe that we're going to be just using our voice. We're going to be just talking and getting those stuff done. So apple, grape, always some pasta di mamma, salt, pepper, cabbage, just a very disgusting mix, and some cheese from the Netherlands. TH here. Yes, from the Netherlands. Let's get the recipe. Just press the button, we're waiting, and we got the recipe. So there's no image. That means it is not able to create those images. I'm just gonna get a screenshot, and I'm gonna show you that you can also interact with it by sharing files. So I got some errors. AIDER, let's talk with it. It is better than before, but I don't see the image generated. So when the Gemini LLM answers to the user with a recipe, you can send that recipe with a prompt. That's what the code is already doing, but I'm trying to force it to make the image, even if I'm not sure that this model is able to make images, and that's probably why I got into an error here. But I want you to see how it looks. So with a prompt to Gemini to request for an image to be generated and show the image alongside with the recipe from left to right. So I don't want top down, I want left right display. And top to bottom, I have found this in Gemini documentation, so the code might need to be updated, or use the correct code for Gemini, because I don't know. So I just wanted to just use whatever it knows about it. So here I put what I've seen in the documentation of how to generate image using the Google SDK. Just a little example. So I didn't press enter yet. I have also added a screenshot, so I'm just gonna refer to that file. So you remember I took a screenshot of the web UI. I also added a screenshot of the web UI looks like. Just how the web UI looks like. And we are missing the top left logo, and the copyright is set at 2024 when I told you to set it at 2025 and have it say Creditizens yum yum. So I'm gonna write it like that. Screenshot. I'll just give the file name. Maybe I should have added it before. So the app use Creditizens Gemini provision. So I believe it's not going to work because that's not our model. It's going to update all those templates and the CSS. So we get those templates updated, but you see here with the image, I believe this is to create the logo, but you will get so it's just hallucinated because it's not going to be able to work with this. So this is an error that I wanted you to see. So I just let it go until I got that rate limit error. So when you test, you just go and see what's going on. It's free, so it's okay. We're not spending our money. So we keep going. We got some files which have been updated. That's good. Please like and subscribe. We're gonna go into the last part of the video. Third iteration. So AIDER. So I just stopped asking for an image. I'll be happy to get that prompt, to get the prompt to ChatGPT, for example, and to make the image. But you see the power of it. You will be able to add your own local vision model, or to add an API to another model, which is a vision model, using Grok, for example, or Cerebras, or any other vision model available for free with a fast inference. But here we're just going to be using the prompt, otherwise the video is going to be lasting too long. And yes, so here, do not use Gemini Pro Vision model, and we want it to keep it free because that one is a paid one. Stick to the model that we have set, Gemini 2.0/exp, and let's make the app, instead of an image, return a prompt to generate the best image ever, and finish your previous task that have been interrupted because of the rate limits. Use Miam as a top left logo instead of an image. After it's going to make the update, we get the commit done. AIDER run the server. I will give you the permissions. So I just say yes, you can run it. Okay, so here we have it. I'm going to use this one. Looks better. Login, register. We get the footer the way we wanted it. We get the name, Niam on the top. So here we are, Creditizens metaverse.com. And we're going to be entering in. Let's see if it's going to be using the left to right layout for the output. I'm just going to put now some random ingredients as I did before. Very disgusting mixed. Banana, olive oil, sakura flower, always a bit of Japanese stuff. Yogurt, I don't know how to write yogurt. How do you write yogurt? Yogurt. So this is the right way to write it. And the baguette. Let's see how long it's going to take. Okay, this is a good layout. So after, if you know how to code, you can use that prompt on the left and get an image instead of that. So Chikara meal plan. Let's use the Chikara meal plan GPT, and we got this image. So all the GPTs I've created with Chikara houses are under the name Chikara. And yes, so we're done with that. We have seen, so we have used AIDER and seen how amazing it is to natively use terminal and update files, or even like we did here to create from scratch applications or components of applications from a prompt file. I'm pretty amazed by the Google Gemini model, which is free and proficient. I told you guys this year is going to be Google's year in the AI sphere. It is like a big football team. They need a half season to warm up, then nobody can stop them. They will make AI accessible to everyone for free. Hope that you liked this video. Please like and subscribe, and see you next time.